Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Bravo schedule here. That's, of course, where we are, what we're going to be watching today. Gaskin, what are we starting off with?
Optic versus Luminosity. The big boys, the reigning champions, and Luminosity, who are also looking hot. That's going to be a great series. And then following that, Splice versus Saw Gaming. As I said earlier, that's going to be a really tough one for Saw, but maybe we'll see them pull something out following that. Crowd Pleasers versus London Conspiracy, another EU team fighting for their life. And to be honest, I would be terrified going up against Crowd Pleasers the way that they played yesterday.
They played great yesterday, but something I heard, and it was just like a rumor in the hotel, so to speak, but there was the idea that the players on Crowd Pleasers kind of already wrote it off, I guess. They were extremely disappointed after they lost the match against Straight Rippin' last night, and because of that, they're a little bit shaken up, almost BTH-like, if you will. And so when it comes down to that, who knows what can happen? When you're in the losers bracket, I remember actually a young neighbor and a young legit a few times in consolation matches didn't care at all. And that stuff hurts a team, especially the mentality and down the road. So I wouldn't count out the London boys just yet.
Yeah, I mean, and bringing that up here kind of highlights how every match is so important. All these seeding points, accumulating those St. Louis 7 online qualifiers into Vegas. A lot going on. You need to try all of the time. All right, now, of course, this isn't all the Halo action that's happening. We've also got some more action over on the main stream. So if you want to check out any of those matches, I believe we have Straight Rippin' versus Liquid starting that off. So, of course, these are the two sides of the winners bracket that we're taking a look at right now. Now, I got to put you guys on the spot.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I always hate doing this, but give me some predictions.
Predictions of what?
Let's start with Optic Gaming Luminosity.
I think Optic should take this one relatively comfortably, probably a 4-1.
I mean, I would normally just say Optic guaranteed in this instance, and normally Ninja fans, which I am one of. I've been a subscriber for many, many months. But, yeah, I think that they normally get on my case. But this time around, I was actually checking out the warm-up station, and Ninja was getting in some of the Optic Gaming members' heads, just screaming, sorry, but shouting in an English accent. And that was, for whatever reason, really annoying the Optic Gaming members. So maybe, Dan, if you want your prediction to be right, maybe just take it down a notch.
Just speak not in an English accent.
That being said, I think that we could see it go to Game 6 at least, maybe an Optic Gaming 4-2.
Yeah, and let's go ahead and take a look at the versus plate here. We have Optic Gaming versus Luminosity. You're taking a look at all 8 players here on your screen. And let's keep in mind, Halo World Championships last year, we had Ninja and I think Victory X even competing and take 2 games off of
Renegades, yeah.
Yeah, when they were on Renegades, take 2 games off of Optic Gaming. Pretty sure it was the only 2 games they lost at the World Championship. So really impressive there. Maybe we'll see something similar here. Optic Gaming, of course, 3-0 in their group play. Number 1 as far as qualifying here in the region.
And I feel like this is the first real test for Optic at this tournament as well. They just blew away Fab when they faced off against Fab in the winners bracket round 1. I think that was an easy 4-0. Like, I'm not even salty about that. I think even the Fab boys knew that Optic are just on a different level. But Luminosity, I feel, should put up more of a fight. So hopefully Optic will be on form here.
Yeah, and speaking of Luminosity, now you've got them on their screen. Look at those death stares coming out of these guys. Ghost, walk us through Luminosity.
Yeah, Luminosity has been playing exceptionally well. Let's start it off from left to right. Saiyan, this guy has been an up-and-comer and a force to be reckoned with. Players on Liquid, such as Rain, have given him tons of credit, even considering him one of the top 5 players outside of the top 3. Ninja, another fantastically skilled player, managed just to find some time to grace us in Halo with his presence, and sure enough, I think Luminosity's happy with that as well. But then can never forget the veteran in Victory X right there on your screen on the far right. And the guy behind him, Fear Itself, decent coach as well, national champion. But never forget the L-Town, Sal from New Jersey, phenomenal player who's kind of rose up in the ranks ever since I believe it was the Infinity Challenge back during Halo 4 is when he kind of got noticed. And from there took off. And he actually pulled away last night in the Game 7 Slayer. So give him props, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's had some clutch moments in the past year, even on that second-place World Championship team last year.
Very true.
Let's take a look at the series layout here. This is what Luminosity and Optic Gaming are going to be facing off on. Game number 1, Fathom CTF, followed up by Coliseum Slayer, Empire Strongholds, and Coliseum CTF. Do you guys see these first 4 game types benefiting, either team here? Can Luminosity take any of these and continue the series?
I think Fathom CTF is a great feeler, a great way to start out the series. I think that, we talk about there's some standoffs, there's obviously some movement, right? The spawns and all that kind of stuff. And when you talk about control, it's really just top, mid, railgun, and camo. So personally, I think it could be almost a toss-up, but we are about to kick it off, Kyle.
Yeah, and we are on board here with Victory X as we start off on CTF Fathom. I am really excited for this, Ghost. Really good point you brought up. I think we're going to tell the pace of this series based on this game number 1.
Oh, 100%. And there it is, Victory X grabbing the camo, but already gets railgun from Frosty. So let's hop on board with him now as he is ready to make his way already over to the base of Luminosity Gaming. The flag is already out, and I believe he's just going for spawn kills.
Ooh,
and he misses the flag. Not Frosty-like.
And he didn't shoot that rail. I thought he was actually going to, pull the trigger on that one, let that rail go. And did he just thrust off the map? He did, and that railgun now is out of the hands of Optic. That's 3 members down.
And Lethal, the last guy alive, trying to get some kills. But it looks like 2 members on Luminosity Gaming go for the double reset. Very smart play.
Wow, and based on the first minute of this game, I'm excited to see what we have in store. Optic Gaming coming out hot out of the gate. A couple crucial mistakes, though, and that flag gets returned.
Oh, yeah, and let's jump on board to the Luminosity side. I know there's some Ninja fans in the chat. Show some love. If you are his guy, we're going to wait for him to come off the respawn. But, this guy came to play this weekend. They won a Game 7 last night against Splice, and now he's going up against the best.
And speaking of which, we just had 3 dead for Luminosity. Flag was pushed out. Ninja needs to try to stay alive here. Wanted to go for a Ninja himself, but I don't think that thrust was up again yet.
And that's another flag that's been pulled as well. Let's see if anyone can be able to stop that one. And really, I'm just wondering which Ninja's going to turn up today. It's such a difference maker if Ninja is on the side playing well, but the first flag is going to go in. It's going to be Optic Gaming taking that one. Can they now carry on the momentum?
Ooh, this is scary for Luminosity. After that first flag reset, I thought they really bought themselves some time to try to regain map control. That was not the case. Optic is not letting up on this pressure.
Oh, and here we go. Snakebite. We know how good he is at knowing really where to rotate, where to move around the map. And he was pushing onto the silo side, actually to block some spawns, force the players to move on the enemy team up into their own treehouse. Very, very smart decision as the railgun just popped out of mid, and the camo should be up as well. I believe it's Frosty who grabbed the railgun, so let's stay on board with him.
I think that camo is like around 48 or so we'll see who's able to grab that one. Numbers advantage is over to Luminosity. Frosty loses the railgun. That's not going to be what you want to see. I believe that flag is still moving across the map. L-Town securing railgun and camo. What a play by him. This is going to be a good opportunity to regain some control. That flag was returned, however, Ninja not able to get it far enough across the map, but 3 dead as you have Lethal just coming off spawn.
I like the decision making as well from Luminosity. As soon as they knew that camo and railgun was coming up, you saw them instantly dart in, pick up that flag, use it as a distraction technique to try and draw Optic away from the railgun, away from the camouflage, and actually that's how L-Town awaited, and that's how he got the camouflage. He's got a railgun as well to work with. He needs to do some real damage here, try and get them back into this game. You can see that flag is moving as well, Carl.
And I really like what we're seeing here. He's watching, he's recognizing that the spawns are being blocked. They're going to be coming off here at Silo. He misses the railgun shot. Is this flag going to be able to go in? No, it is not. Royal 2 and the rest of Optic Gaming just too clutch, and they're working on a counter cap of themselves.
Oh yeah, and we have Frosty as the guy who's running the flag, somehow manages to stay alive, make sure that there's no one there to get the reset just yet. Victory X, though, taking down one of the players. And now we're going to see if L-Town can make this stop.
Oh,
no!
My God, he did not
Crouched
get
at the worst time.
Who was that? Was that Royal 2? I think it was. Arguably one of the most clutch players here in the game. Royal 2 putting that flag at home. I believe that crouch was actually the reason they didn't secure that cap. I'm pretty sure he shot a couple AR shots into the wall there.
One too many.
Railgun coming up as well again in about 15 seconds. Just watch out for how Optic are going to get set up around this. Are Luminosity going to go for that distraction technique once again, or will we see them kind of contest this bottom middle? Obviously, it's so important to get. But what Optic have been doing well is really sending a couple of guys down to bottom mid to grab that railgun, while the rest will kind of just go top mid and get the height advantage.
Whew, that was almost close there. I'm almost a little, disappointed in the score of the game right now because I feel like it's so much closer than that. Optic Gaming's just objective efficiency is so good. One of these was even kind of focused onto a counter cap. There could have easily been 2 flags going in for Luminosity already if they were playing pretty much any other team.
Oh, 100%. And there you see Snakebite actually paying attention to the camouflage. Watched L-Town go and grab it right when it spawned. and he managed to make L-Town burn it. So very smart play coming out of Snakebite. Not necessarily controlling top mid or controlling camo, but just keeping it out of the hands of the opponent.
Ooh, and L-Town, nice thrust action there. Keeps his head out of view of Frosty with this light rifle. We all know 3 zoomed in shots there will be enough to take out a player. Frosty, great shots. Go ahead and getting a cleanup here from a nice nade by Snakebite coming in top mid.
At the moment, Optic just have so much top middle control as well. Luminosity trying their best, pushing out off spawn, but their spawns are kind of stagnated, so they're pushing one by one, trying to get any control as possible. But Frosty's just been raining down shots on everyone pushing out.
I know we talk about Frosty's movement, but I just saw him miss 3 jumps into the attic. Is he off his game today?
Maybe he's just peeking in there.
Okay, come on, Kyle. Don't give him that kind of credit. You know that he was not peeking, and he was missing some hops.
I don't know. I never question what Frosty does. Maybe once in a blue moon, but obviously this kid's one of the best in the game.
Yeah, all right. I'll give it. But, you know, I'm still
Nah, he was missing.
All right, there it is. We got it out of Kyle, boys. And now we're going to see Frosty all by himself in the enemy base, but Victory X sniffs him out. We know how... What the heck was that?
He given up. He's
Frosty just stopped shooting
anymore.
I think he recognized that he missed that second light rifle shot. There's another player behind him on the radar. Regardless, he wasn't going to pick up a kill there, I don't believe.
Oh, man. Well, staying on board now with the legend himself, Mr. Cameron Thorlaxon, Victory X. This guy was going off yesterday. The Ninja Cam duo, man. These guys are so good.
Luminosity look a lot better now, actually. They're controlling the map a little bit more, and they're trying to get Optic on some sort of spawn cycle. They need to struggle, though, because if the thing is, spawning on this engine is really difficult to try and get a flag out. Victory X has managed to take a pull. Needs to be defended by the rest of his team, but you can see Snakebite has already made his way. Actually, it's Frosty, sorry, with the railgun, and he's going to be able to finish off Victory X.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable timing. He gets that kill on one member of Luminosity Gaming, manages to pick up the railgun, and that's all she wrote for that flag grab and the push. So now Frosty trying to do his best, staying alive. Fortunately gets cleaned up. I believe that was Victory X. Flag is still out, though. Let's hop on board with Snakebite.
Yeah, I mean, and this is just another example of where there was a significant numbers advantage to open it up, and Optic Gaming just going clutch and having these clutch moments to keep that flag from being captured. Now, this is going to be the real test. If this flag gets returned, I don't have any hope left for Luminosity here, but no, that flag goes in.
Victory X, Mr. Clutch himself, yet again, capping the flag. Just those types of intangibles where, you know, some of these veteran players know exactly the amount of frames they have to try and make that flag cap, and sure enough, he secures it.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little worried that there might be a counter capture opportunity there, but it looks like Luminosity playing some good defense.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Let's hop on board with Sam. We haven't given this guy enough love yet. Dan?
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, Luminosity, getting that flag has been great for them because they're trying to work their way back into the game slowly, but they committed so many players to try and put that flag in that they gave up control once again to Optic Gaming. So now Optic can kind of pick and choose when they want to push into the flag and go for another flag pull, because with this sheer amount of control, they can even wait for the next railgun to come up, maybe even the next camouflage.
And just look at the teamwork coming out here from Optic. Victory, or somebody was top center, thrusted out to bottom center. There were 2 players in Treehouse that could no longer shoot at him, and he was still being double teamed by the last 2 players on the map.
I just watched Frosty nade himself. That is 2 blunders for me. Not once in a blue moon, but twice now, Kyle. This guy, he's getting a little bit shook. I don't know what's going on, if that's his own personal doing. But let's start off on board with Victory X off the respawn. Look at him just playing defense. Knows that he needs to grab the railgun just based on his spawn alone. Knows that there's some players pushing this treehouse. Helps out Ninja. Snakebite gets taken down. Frosty gets taken down. Great shots coming out of Victory X. Just no different than any other tournament we see the guy playing.
It's amazing the damage output you can get here from this light rifle. Victory X doing a great job. Listen to these call-outs, taking or helping kill 2 players, taking 2 other players no shields, make that 3 lethal the second time being taken no shields. But somehow you can see on the spectator mode here, you can just see the X's popping up on Luminosity side, but for some reason not on Optic.
And the railgun now in the hands of Mr. Royal 2, who now also grabs that camo. Clearly Royal 1 behind him, giving him some good times, making sure that he gets the camouflage with the railgun. And that thing popped right around the 310 mark, so look for it up at the 110 mark. Obviously, after you pick it up, it respawns top mid 2 minutes later, and Royal 1 is well aware of it.
This is always a difficult situation as well. With 3 minutes left and you've only got that 1 cap lead, do you turtle back? Do you just start to defend, or do you get aggressive? It looks like Optic are going to go for the aggressive style as Royal 2 is going to just see this flag being pulled. He's got a chance to defend it as well. With the railgun camouflage to work with, he now should be able to use the rest of his team. This should be a flag up if they can watch the spawns.
Yeah, I mean, Frosty Luminosity just set up the prime position and killing these players off of spawn here. Might be able to get another one. Doesn't even matter. And that's going to do it for game number 1. Optic Gaming off to an early lead.
And we see some bagging there at the end. Just got to call it out. Royal 2 putting in some dirty work over there at the end of the game. But hey, props to him. When you look across the stats, clearly the Optic Gaming roster was outslaying the Luminosity Gaming roster. 20 kills across 3 members. Pretty impressive stuff.
Trouble is for Luminosity is they were just constantly on the back foot. They really struggled to get back into that game. Even when they got that 1 flag cap, when they got it, Optic still had so much control of the map. You saw there was players just sitting top middle. I think it was Frosty just watching them, saying, actually, you can get a flag cap. Because I've got so much control of this map, we're more than happy to let you have the 1.
Now, I don't think Luminosity is going to let this game affect them too much because, you know, in my opinion, the amount of flag cap opportunities that were missed out on based on very small, minute mistakes coming out of Luminosity, or just clutch plays coming out of Optic Gaming, that game could have been a lot different. Like, Luminosity definitely could have had 2 more flags going easily. Yeah,
and I think what's interesting for me is the fact that when we look at Optic Gaming screens across the first couple minutes of the game and then the last couple minutes of the game, it was almost identical, right? We saw players slaying. They were worrying about spawns. They weren't going for the flag just yet. It was almost like they were playing midship neutral bomb, right, where they're just getting a bunch of spawn cycles, a bunch of slays, and then running the flag. When we looked at Luminosity Gaming, a little bit more scrappy. We saw players pushing in. We saw them trying to get a couple kills and then running the flag after 1 or 2 down. Whereas when you looked at Optic Gaming screens, it was just constant slaying. Even in the end, Royal 2, camo, railgun, throws the flag once, looks for the next spawns. So those things, man, those types of just high Halo IQ moves are what's really separating Optic Gaming from the rest of the pack.
Oh, for sure. They just have so much control. They'll only pull a flag when they've got 4 down, maybe 3 down. But as you said, Luminosity just very scrappy. 1 or 2 players down, they try and get a flag pull, try and train it across the map. It worked once, but they just gave up so much map control that Optic it was an easy win for them in the end.
Yeah, but I think that this is setting a good pace for this series as that game was not a blowout by any means. Now, I'm a little worried for Slayer Coliseum because I think this is one where all 4 members have to be working extremely well. Their coordination needs to be there, whether or not there's guys at Rocket Side, players at Snipe Tower. There are just so many spots to hide when you're no shields that if you're not getting the correct callouts or your teammates aren't helping you finish off those kills, this isn't a map where you see lots of 1v1 individual wins because let's say you're fighting at Snipe Tower, you thrust into a maze or down snipe ramp or hide from catwalk, drop down on the grass. There's just so many escape routes.
Oh, 100%. And when you look at how Luminosity played that last game, I think they have at least a vote of confidence here because they did play decently well. They didn't just get 3-0'd, you know, hammer bammer out of nowhere. So I think Luminosity Gaming is definitely still in this series, but they're going to have to win some games to stick in it the rest of the match.
Oh, Victory X going for it. Not going to work out in his favor. Optic Gaming already with great control of Snipe Tower side. Frosty with a clutch nade. Make that 2 as he gets the stick. It's going to turn into be a trade here. We're tied up 3-3. Lethal's found the sniper rifle here now.
Honestly, really wasn't a fan of that play by Victory X because he just basically threw the sniper rifle to them. Yes, okay, if he had just whacked a no-scope into someone's face, then it might have been great, but you can't go for those flashy plays against Optic Gaming, to be honest.
Can't at all. And now we see Lethal setting up for those blue corner spawns that we all know and love when we have a sniper in Red Fountain. Well, guess what? They're spawning blue flag, unfortunately for you, TJ. So we'll see if you can pick anyone off on the snipe side. It looks like Luminosity Gaming actually, not only did they tie this up, but they do have control of snipe side, while Optic Gaming is backed off into kind of like red snipe ramp area.
Yeah, keep in mind, Ninja, he's got the rockets here. They've got a 2-kill lead. They're collapsing on Lethal, who has the sniper, not recognizing they were coming all the way through the window and elbow side. They put 3 members down. This game was tied up 4-4, now full map control and power weapons in the hands of Luminosity.
And look at Royal 2 already crouching bottom middle. This guy is so sneaky. He never ceases to amaze me with just how patient he is. And, you know, frankly, how much he crouch walks. Because a guy that's on Optic Gaming, you would not expect him to kind of slow it down as much as some of these other players that fly across the map. But sure enough, Matt is one of those guys.
These are the situations that I love as well from Optic Gaming, where they just slow it down because they know they're against rockets and sniper rifle. You can see all the x-rays across the map. They are very careful that they don't want to be walking into a wreck.
And we saw Team Liquid fall to Optic Gaming on this map through some clutch bottom mid spots and hiding and you know, abusing the radar advantage that they had in the situation and the lead that they had built up from earlier in the game. But what I did not factor into the conversation here when I was thinking about this map was Ninja with the rockets against Straight Rippin', I believe it was. He hit, what, 5, 6 different rockets, a couple 2-for-1, some insane plays. Ninja on this map has absolutely been known to go off.
100%. And now look at TJ. Actually, pretty smart play coming out of him, standing on that spawn, trying to block it just a little bit. His teammates then spawn in blue flag, actually helping them out. I don't know if that was intentional or what, but either way, L-Town did not get the angle that he was looking for, and now he's out of sniper ammo. But Mr. Ninja is going off right now. I think we need to switch on board with this dude because he is putting in some work.
Yeah, we'll see him start moving around. 6 and 2 to open this one up. 10-kill lead. It's probably the most Optic Gaming's been down this entire tournament so far, as in this game number 2. Players bottom center. That SMG is the perfect weapon to have right now. Another player top rockets. Ninja starting to collapse on him. Ninja is not playing scared here.
Holy cow.
Optic really need to stop taking these 1v1 battles at the moment. They're all pushing out, and I think they're confident, but they're just playing into Luminosity's hands, because Luminosity has so much map control, and Optic just can't breathe. They're trying off spawn to do what they can, but you can see Luminosity are just on a tear at the moment, rotating around the map as a unit. This is looking really good from the boys in blue.
I can't believe Snakebite even got a kill there.
Yeah, he took Sane's face off with a Spartan charge out of nowhere. Pretty heads-up play coming out of Snakebite to just at least secure 1 kill right there. But now Ninja, a little bit weak, moving into the grass area. He knows that there has to be a player around because he's getting some call-outs, and he knows that there's normally some guy fishing for some information.
Ooh, he's got all these grenades, just throwing them across the map, trying to help out his teammates where he can. Big 1v1 battle. Ninja's going to come out ahead there, gets the call-outs. There's players down on grass. Royal 2 coming off spawn, I believe, over there on blue side of the map. Will get a nice flank, and 28-16, though. This lead is still growing.
Yeah, it's growing a lot, but this is a good chance for Optic to get back into it. The rocket's coming up, and Snakebite has a good vision of it as well, so as long as he can hit some shots onto L-Town, trying to just creep up there, hopefully get the rockets for Optic Gaming, and that is a nice path back into the game.
Did anyone see that
slow motion slide?
That's what happens when you slide in the middle of starting your sprint, Kyle. It actually gives you a slow motion form.
And to give you a quick update from the mainstream, we do have Team Liquid taking game number 1 over Straight Rippin' here. So Optic Gaming up 1.
Not
Team
the
Liquid
update
up 1.
Kyle wanted to hear while he was working this desk, but you know what? We're just going to have to tell that to you anyways, Kyle. I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries at all. I'm a fan of Halo, and, you know, Cherubin is still losers bracket.
I love messing with you guys. It's always fun. Anyways, staying on board with Snakebite, trying to surmount this comeback, down by 10 kills right now. Definitely possible. We all know how deadly Optic Gaming can be, especially when the sniper rifle is in the hands of really any of them, but particularly Royal 2 or Frosty. But I guess Snakebite's taking some turns today. He's feeling it, and it looks like the rest of his team is also getting into the swing of things.
Yeah, Optic heating up a bit. If Snakebite can stay alive with the sniper rifle, it'll be huge.
Wow.
But no, he goes down to Ninja, and that's a path now back into the game for Luminosity, or a chance to get ahead once again, to be honest. Rockets are in the hands of Optic, so they're trying to cement a comeback here. Just an 8-kill lead. At one point, it was 12, so they're doing well. They've got a little bit of map control. They're holding this sniper rifle side of the map. Now they need to press on. They need to get in Luminosity's faces and try and get more kills back.
All right, and Lethal now pushing over here onto the bridge. Misses a few shots on a wild Victory X. Not what you want to see coming out of Optic Gaming, and Frosty manages to clean him up. Now got the call out there. There is a guy on bridge. L-Town gets taken down with a smack. And now Ninja. Let's hop on board with him.
Although this lead is starting to diminish a little bit here. Oh, back up to 10 kills. Just as I say that, Ninja moving around bottom center. We'll see what he's able to do. That new sniper's coming up. This is probably going to be the last one we see here on this map. If Luminosity is able to grab this, secure this, pull off one or two rotations.
Snakebite just hit a perfect from a mile away. I'm going to hop on board with him. Oh, somehow guy just got a triple. And now the sniper is in the hands of a young Royal 2. So you know what? Let's put it on board with my man, Royal 2.
Yeah, and now it's just a 6-kill lead as well. That triple kill is absolutely massive. If Royal 2 can start hitting shots, Luminosity might start to crumble here. They might think, how have we thrown this lead away? We were 12 kills ahead. That's when it's always tough in the game. If you suddenly start doubting yourself, asking questions about yourself, at the moment they really just need to avoid this sniper rifle. Need to be very aware of the angles that they're taking.
Not only that, but take a look at the player, outlines there on the left of your screen. That's Lethal with the rockets as well. So full power weapon control over to OG.
Take a look at Lethal real quick with the rockets. Has complete control over here of the sniper side of the map. Puts down some good fire on Ninja, and now Snakebite cleans him up. Looks like Ninja was not aware that the rockets were there. And you know, I just gave you a little rhyme sauce. But Blue Cave gets taken down, Snakebite with the trade on Saiyan, and we still have Royal 2 with that sniper rifle.
Yeah,
of course he hits it.
What's so good as well, the fact they've got rockets means that all of Luminosity, they're turtling back and trying to avoid the sniper rifle, means we can just get Lethal just running in with the rockets and just finishing them off. If he knows they're in cave, he can use his grenades as hit markers, and then he can suss out where they are, then push in and do the damage.
And this 12 kill lead, as high as it's been, is done down to 3 a momentarily ago. Ninja answers back with a double kill of himself. This is the time they need to push across it. No, Victory X, if you just didn't jump there, you would have been fine. But Royal 2 getting the call-outs from Frosty.
Sniffed it.
Too good a teamwork.
He smelled something. The guy's got a nose of apparently a canine, because this guy just smelled Ninja. I think it was chasing him bottom middle, and now he made it all the way across the map to the blue side with the sniper rifle. Those types of angles, those types of rotations are what you see from top 3 teams, and Royal 2, man, he's one of them.
Decision-making time for Optic now. Do they give up their sniper control to go for these rockets, or do they just watch them and play it out? You can see there is a member of Optic just creeping up there. It looks like they have got rocket control, and actually it is going to be, I think, Royal 2 who's just going to watch this one with the sniper rifle. But Snakebite's managed to pick up the rockets. It's now just a 2-kill game. This has been an absolutely incredible comeback from Optic.
And Rockets are still down bottom center right now. Whoever gets these Rockets is going to be, it's going to be crazy what they're able to do. That's going to be Saiyan here, grabs his hands on this as he picks him up off of Snakebite's dead body here. You can see he's got a player on his radar. That's his teammate, however, right above him as he's just waiting for his shields to recharge. Curious to see where Royal 2 is going to take this sniper here. Probably back to Gabe, but no, he's kind of hanging out in the front. Right, and we see here Royal 2 still just moving around the map. Gets into the 1v1. The sniper's going to go down here. 2 dead for Optic. Back up to a 3-kill lead. Almost just 3 minutes left to play here. Oh, he gets some damage, but is it going to be enough? His teammate is also there behind him. Lots of action happening on both sides of Snipe Tower. Looks like Luminosity is starting to get pinched here. There's 3 members of Optic, but the kills, they're going to go in Luminosity's favor.
Holy cow, that could have gone either way right there. Total coin flip, and it looks like Lethal's trying to do everything he can from Blue Cave to stop the push from Sniper's side, and he keeps them at bay. Unbelievable 2-kill lead.
And look at this. We've got 2 snipers on the map. We've got rockets in the hands of Saiyan, Victory X with the sniper, Royal 2 with the sniper. But
who do you want? Who do you want, Kyle?
Oh my gosh, I'll let Gaskin decide.
I mean, I think the rockets are actually out, so we'll stick with Royal 2, see if he can make a comeback here with this sniper rifle. Just 2 bullets to work with, but they could be 2 massive headshots and tie it up to 47-47. But just as I say that, Victory X is actually the one hitting the shots, and he makes it a 48-45. That's just 2 kills needed now for Luminosity to get right back into this series.
Yeah, I said I wanted to watch Victory X, but some Ghost didn't move over there. But either way, Royal 2 moving around with this sniper
Gaskin
here.
said Royal 2.
Just kidding. And we see Royal 2, will he be able to do anything here? This is going to be insane. Give me a final outcome of this game.
I think that we're going to switch over to Victory X, and he's going to finish this game off because this guy has been putting in some work. And as soon as I say that, we might see a comeback.
And look, they're just not staying together. Look how spread out they are. Ninja cannot get caught in that position. Now it puts so much more pressure here on Luminosity to try to keep Optic off of these rockets.
1 minute 40 left, and look, those rockets have just spawned as well. Now, will we see anyone get brave and try and push for them? Because if you can get those rockets, it would be huge. It could really be the difference maker. You could just finish this game off, but Victory X just whiffs a shot. If he had hit that, that would have been massive.
Oh, no.
He's looking for more, but he walks straight into Royal 2. It's a tied game. How have Optic pulled this one back?
This is crazy. I have no idea what's going to happen, and they take the lead towards the end of the game.
How did that rocket not do any damage?
Nobody can die here. He's out of sniper ammo. Has anyone been able to find that new one? Looks like Lethal gets the sniper rifle off of Victory X's body. Luminosity's going to have to make a move. They cannot play this one patiently.
No, not at all, but rockets are still in the hands of L-Town, and Ninja flying out for the last kill. Not really sure what that was.
Those were some crucial mistakes. The end of that game, getting caught off by yourself multiple times towards the end of the game, especially when your teammates had rockets there. You need to put all 4 together and charge one side at the end of that game. They could have just gone for trades the whole time, but you had Snakebite with that clutch triple kill. Royal 2 winning the sniper battle. Victory X had hit that headshot on the player on elbow. This game would have been completely different. I mean, and to beat Optic, you cannot let any game sneak by. That was Luminosity's game. They weren't able to close it out.
That's perhaps the series over now for Luminosity as well. They put their blood, sweat, and tears into that game, and then after having somewhat of like a 12-kill lead for Optic to come back, that is absolutely crushing to your morale. So this is going to be really hard for Luminosity to fight back in this series, but credit to Optic. I mean, what a comeback we saw from them.
Yeah, that was another Optic comeback. I mean, there's no
We've
other
seen
way
it
to put
before.
it. When we talked to Snakebutt yesterday on the main stage, right, he was saying, well, I think it was Joshua Guy said, hey, so how do you guys just manage to stay so calm? How do you guys manage to just stay in? And they said, well, we've been in just about every situation before, so we just stay calm. We know that we can call back, and if we can't, then, you know, we got to, you know, review some tape. But for the most part, they're always calm and collected. When there you have it, they're down, I think it was 38-28, and then they end up winning 50-48. My goodness.
Nuts. They should have.
Well,
It's
yeah,
like
go
hindsight
on.
2020.
Say it.
What should they have been doing?
Say it.
They were just too. You can't give up free kills against Optic Gaming.
Can't.
Simple as that. You cannot give up free kills because if you give up one free kill, it's not just one kill. Optic Gaming is going to abuse you for making those mistakes. They're going to take advantage of the numbers. They're going to take advantage
Like
of
a
map
bad
control.
boyfriend.
Yep. And they're just going to run away with it.
The thing is, Luminosity, they were doing the right thing. I mean, they were being relentless, and they were pushing around as a unit, and they were shutting Optic off spawns, and Optic spawns were stagnated. But as soon as Optic had a 4-man spawn, and they were able to regroup, rethink about their strategy, they waited very patiently. The rockets came up, and that was the game changer. They were able to get some of those rockets in their hand. Then they found a sniper rifle, and they were just picking off Luminosity one by
And
one.
we talked about it a lot yesterday. You need to be able to pump the brakes. You need to know when to play 100, go at 100 miles an hour, and you need to know when to stop and shut everything down, try to wait for mistakes. But when they tried to shut everything down and wait, they were the ones making the mistakes, not Optic Gaming.
Yeah, it was weird to see, you know, the Royal 2 Victory X sniper battle. We saw that Royal 2 only had two bullets. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Victory X had 11. That was just wild to just see it end up like that. But yeah, big clutch shot out of
I want to say Victory thought the sniper rifle player maybe was on elbow because there were 2 players there, but was not the case here. Now we're starting off game number 3 here. This is Luminosity's really last chance to get back in this series. You do not want to go down 0-3 to Optic Gaming. The chances of coming back from a deficit like that, I don't even know if it's possible.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit tough, but Lethal, he's going to have something to say about it as well. So these guys right now are capturing bottom middle pit, but it looks like Ninja and Squad have managed to capture blue base at the exact same time. So we're going to stay on board with Lethal, though, as he's watching the outside area. Very big point.
Really interesting start from Luminosity as well. All 4 players went in different directions. They split up, and that just worked into Optic's favors because Optic just were a 2-man squad. They split up and went 2 and 2, and they were able to pick off these individual members of Luminosity, and that's why Optic already have map control. And having that pit so early on could be so detrimental to the team that's behind.
And we're watching here as the points start to come on the board here for Optic Gaming. Yeah, Luminosity coming off spawn over in tower. They're all pushing over to red base. They have a numbers advantage here now, but Lethal's going to try to shut that one down as he's starting to push on one. He's recognizing there's at least 2 members here fighting, going for a melee.
Holy
Gets
cow.
both players no shields, but it's not going to be enough. No teammates can follow up.
And I got to give some props to L-Town. I mean, we watched his silhouette right there on our screen, his outline, and he was able to not only dodge some shots, but then dodge the plasma grenade, dodge some more shots. Next thing you know, they have a great double team set up because of his elusiveness. And then Frosty hits him with the barrel. That's not what you want to happen. It's
Great
just
heads-up play, though.
Oh yeah, always a heads-up play. But when you see that little thing in the kill feed, you know, you shake your head.
Yep. I always say, who decided to put these things on the map here? But regardless here, Frosty doing a great heads-up play, recognizing those barrels are still up, and he will go ahead and take advantage of that. We have them starting to focus on bottom mid hill. They have, it's 3-3. Ninja gets taking no shields. Is there going to be enough help coming in? Starting to get him weak.
Wow, Ninja, stay alive, man.
No reset
Round the
on hill,
corner.
though.
Yeah, but he could have rounded the corner right there, right, and stayed alive. And it's those types of plays that you need to do in order to start getting some points on the board against Optic Gaming.
I love what Luminosity are doing here as well. They're sending one player as like a distraction technique to either blue or red base to try and lure Optic away from that pit, and then they send the rest of the 3 to slam it home into that pit, and that's how they've got back into this game, and that's how they're putting points on the board. As Victory X will out-AR Lethal there to take him down, and still they're churning away some points, but there is an overshield in the hands of Snakebite, but that gets depleted very quickly.
Great. I think that was a plasma pistol shot. It's a great heads-up play, recognizing the overshield's there. Lethal will go ahead and help his teammates finish off the kills. So it was a 2v2, but Pit does go over to Optic Gaming as they lead about 40-11 here now, with no hope of Luminosity grabbing the hill quite yet as we go into a 2v2 battle here for red base control.
And Frosty gets caught off guard just a little bit by L-Town's help, but he manages to have Snakebite cleaning up. So let's hop on board with Snakebite. We haven't given him much love this game.
I mean, and it is just so much harder to get control of Strongholds than it has ever been on King of the Hill. And the reason being for that is you don't need to leave a player in the Stronghold. So previously, if the enemy team is accumulating time, you know at least one player is sitting there in that square. That is not the case. You can have players hiding around any corner.
Here we go, total control for Luminosity now. Finally, they're finding a little bit of form. They forced Optic back. They were able to get the pit, and now Optic on the back foot need to try and take this pit once again. Are they going to go for the kind of doom and gloom strategy of all bombing into that pit, or are we going to see something a little bit more slow, methodical? Are they going to rotate round, try and take red base first? It's going to be an interesting watch.
I think they're just going to push in and kill them all and then grab control of pit.
That's what happens.
That's exactly what they did here.
Yeah, the pressure was too real. You saw Royal 2 just fly out with his assault rifle, and sure enough, that's all it needed for that to happen for the pit. They get control. Now Frosty, though, taken down from Ninja. I believe we're going to hop on board with L-Town now. He's got a DMR. We know how useful that is in this type of a game type. But gets taken down by an assault rifle. Mr. Lethal, TJ Campbell, yet again, making some moves.
Yeah, and we see they still have 2 hills. Got Victor X pushing in. Lethal, though, clutch on the melee. Perfect timed shots to go and finish that kill. New overshield is going to be the play here. You see Luminosity starting to try to contest his stones and plasmas. Doesn't look like they have the exact time on it there, so we'll see how that turns out.
Victory X once again just trying to distract Optic Gaming, but unfortunately when you run into Lethal and get shut down that quickly, that plan just gets thwarted instantly, and they have to rethink and they have to wait. What was that 360 spin? What just happened?
Holy cow, we just saw Victory X breakdance on him. I mean, the guy just did a complete 360 B-boy dance on the middle of the floor and then somehow cleaned him up. That was tornado sword work.
Like Eddie
That
Guerrero.
was kind of crazy and probably the worst 1v1 battle I've seen so far here at the Halo World Championships. However, Victory X coming out on top.
Amazing. I hope that gets in some sort of, you know, TJ Campbell falling out of a chair type of rotation. Holy cow. Anyways, Victory X, though, putting in some good nades. Looks like he got some damage over here on this player on the red bend, and sure enough, it's Royal 2 gets taken down. Victory X now pushing with Sal. L-Town trying to double cap this base, potentially even triple cap it, as now they do stop the bleeding, but 27-81 with this scoreline, and Luminosity Gaming, pretty sure it's all down.
Yeah, they grab 1 hill, fly out of the base, not recognizing that all 4 members of Optic are ready to just shut them down. Even recognizing, hey, we killed them over here, they're going to spawn opposite of the map and quickly rotating back and forth. Just giving up blue base, they want to make sure they can just focus on holding this time, not overcommitting to anything. And sure enough, that's why Optic is so good here.
And look at the shots right now. Lethal's just sitting outside. We know how important outside is to this game type, and he's just keeping the players at top tower and security at bay. Very, very smart strat when you're talking about Empire Strongholds. It's very hard to push out of that spawn trap when you're in tower.
I mean, and that's going to do it. Nobody in pit yet. That's going to be game number 3 and a 3-0 lead coming out for Optic Gaming. Little surprising, I must say, as well, for first 2 games. Well, first 2 games could have gone either way. I really think Luminosity
I'll give you that.
could have won game 1. A couple less mistakes there. In game 2, they literally threw away.
But that's what makes Optic good, so good, right? Even when they're playing not at their best, they're still able to pull out those victories, and that's what makes them champions at the end of the day. Just looking at some of these statistics as well, Lethal going 14-8, Snakebite 12-6. Absolutely dominant performance, to be honest, from them. They were relentless, they weren't giving up, they were constantly pushing for that total control, and Luminosity really struggled to get back in the game from the get-go.
Yeah, I mean, take a look at some of the replays here. A lot of epic wins. Lethal winning that 1v1, but here it is, Ghost.
Oh, baby, look at that.
It's what you wanted.
Oh, I wanted it so bad. It's already burned in my memory, but that was one of the most ridiculous clips I've ever seen in Halo.
Yeah, I mean,
there's
it
like
reminds me of
dual
Gandhi doing the tornado sword on Neighbor.
On Neighbor, okay.
Maybe
good.
it's going
I
to
just
be
want to
like,
make sure we want to throw them under the bus.
It's going to be a
there.
technique that we're going to start to see, going for the 360. No, it's not going to.
I have never seen something like that work in a pistol battle.
Yeah, I mean, the reason it worked
What
in the previous
sensitivity is that
Halos
guy on?
was you hid your head.
Yeah.
The headshot was much harder to hit. In this game, you can get a back of the head headshot much easier than some of the previous
I think it was
Halos.
just a confusion technique. He was just like, what the hell are you doing? And then he was trying to throw some
How did he
backspace
spin
and
around
keep
that
it-
fast?
I don't even know. I think there's cheat codes going on.
Well, now you can adjust your settings, horizontal and vertical sensitivities. So, obviously, Victory X.
What
timing
sensitivity
it
does this guy play on? We gotta know. Hopefully
Just
we can get a little lower.
He plays
third
on the
fact.
perfect sense.
On the perfect set. I mean, yeah, I guess if you just pull something like that out. I don't know what gets into your mind to do that.
I'd love to have seen Lethal's face when that was happening as well. I'm sure he's just laughing about it, really. And Victor X, I mean, that was a clutch play.
Man.
I mean, that was nice to recognize where he is and still come ahead in that win after he was hiding no shields to open up that fight.
Wow, that was too funny.
Game number 4, though. Coliseum capture the flag, I believe. Yeah, I got it right. Yes.
It looks like business as usual right now for Optic Gaming. Now.
Yeah, I mean, they're just not letting up. They are not treating this like any other game. They're just saying, look, let's get the business done. Let's finish this off. Let's move into that. Is it semi-final or winners bracket final they're going to move into next?
Winners finals.
It will be in the winners finals.
So they're playing for top 3. This is just so comfortable for them. It shows where the gap is, to be honest. I think between those top 3 teams and the rest, there is an absolutely huge gap in skill level, to be honest.
Yeah, I just think it's wild to me that, you know, you have members of Optic Gaming go down 10 kills in a Coliseum Slayer match and
12
or even 12 at one point. Yeah, and for them to just notoriously storm back into it and win 50-48, known as the team that closes out games. Well, here they are again in Worlds form, making plays against some of the best. Luminosity Gaming is going to try and do whatever it takes to make this comeback. Let's hop on board with Ninja off the start, but hey, man, they got to win 4 straight if they want a chance of moving on.
I mean, even just starting up this map has got to be a tough feeling considering what just happened 2 games ago, and not the best start you want to see as Ninja gets taken out. Snakebite's going to find rockets.
Yeah, instant rocket control is always a good thing to have, and he's got support from his teammates as well. If he can stay alive, it's massive. Yes, he can. He's able to take down L-Town. Now he can push to help his teammates, and maybe they can start to get a little bit of control and get Luminosity on the spawn cycle, and that's when they'll think about pulling the flag.
Yeah, we'll see what Snakebite's able to do here. Lethal's got the sniper rifle in his hand, so this is going to be full map control and power weapon control, essentially, over in the hands of Optic Gaming. Lethal getting into that cave location. We've seen just how impactful Royal 2 could be in this location. Now Lethal's going to see if he can match what we've seen from Matt or Royal 2.
And I got to say, pretty smart plays coming out from Luminosity Gaming. They knew that there was only one player in their cave, no one on their bridge, so instead of actually going to play defense, they kind of overextended. And they actually pushed over to the Optic Gaming base, leaving Lethal all by himself and really useless in a sense. But now, clearly, they have stormed back into the Luminosity side of the map, and Optic Gaming has a presence.
Yeah, Lethal just controlling Catwalk here with the sniper rifle, trying to hold Luminosity back. Even gave L-Town a little bit of a haircut here a moment ago there in window, but he was able to escape. Now he's starting to get collapsed on by 3 members. Has to thrust out, trying to buy as much time as possible for his teammates. Not going to be enough, though. However, nice flank here coming out of Saiyan. He's going to be able to shut Lethal down. That sniper rifle's still down on the map.
Wow, and Snakebite, though, cleaning up that final kill, gets a double, big double. He's no shield. Sal, though, does not know that Snakebite is close left on his side and no shields. If he was just able to turn and get that kill, we could have seen a potential flag stop, but now I believe it's Frosty just waiting graciously to cap the flag.
I think he was trying to bait someone to pop in on elbow to see if they could get it. I actually really like him stopping and pausing there for a moment. Like we saw Straight Sick against Straight Rippin earlier, try to pop in and get a flag stop, but gets melted instantly, and then all of a sudden opens up map control once again for the opposing team.
Huge grenades coming out from Luminosity as well to stop those rockets from being taken. Now they've got a little bit of map control. Ninja's going to go for an unorthodox run with this flag, and he's going to run it down bottom rockets. Does have to pause ever so slightly because of his shields. Does have support from his team, though.
He's a frame too early, as he now just manages to get back his shields. Distraction medal, though, coming out from Saiyan. And we do see, the cap goes in. Wow, very clutch play at a Ninja.
That was crazy, though. But Optic answers right back. 4 down now for Luminosity. They are starting to play some good defense, though. Hopefully we'll be able to shut this one down. And you can see Royal 2, he's got that brute plasma rifle. We know how impactful this weapon can be. Almost, in essence, a power weapon here from the Covenant that we're seeing on the map. He pushes down and watch the shields melt.
At the moment, Luminosity are doing really well to get out of their base when Optic have the control, even if it's just one player that's trying to be a nuisance, but the flag is being run once again. Great use of Spartan abilities from Frosty to get this flag across the map. I don't think this time anyone from Luminosity is going to be there to try and stop this flag. So that is going to be a 2-1 lead now for Optic. They have sniper rifle control, they have map control. Are Luminosity going to turtle up? Are they going to fall apart? Are they going to crumble here? Should Optic kind of put this one to bed?
It seems like they can. I mean, look at these shots. They're just firing on all cylinders. Now, there's something to be said about a certain team when they're feeling it, and it looks like Frosty just narrowly Dies right there. That was just unfortunate. Victory X cleans up a big kill, but let's stay on board with L-Town now off the respawn as we see if they can play any sort of defense to try and get out of this run.
All right, now what I would like to do here is go into a listen-in with Optic Gaming, seeing what this cool, calm, and collected squad is doing like in this game.
Rocket launchers on the field.
We can beat rockets.
They're fun. Stay alive. Rockets, there's two there, two there. They're gonna have like a 2-bullet snipe. Top rockets again, and one up snipe. Top rockets, top up.
He's beat the rocket tree, and they're silver.
They have like a 3-bullet snipe probably.
They're all staring rockets. How about we? How about we?
Their window, their elbow. Yeah, let's try to go our window together maybe.
I'm watching for back flag, BJ. You guys gonna get? You got their window? RPR, rockets under our base. Our found, our found. Two under our base.
I'm pushing our.
Killer found.
Rocket guys top up. I'm gonna die. There's three maze. I think he shot 2.
I got one guy.
Straight, bro.
Under our base. Yo, top side. Two top
Matt,
side.
stay alive. There's rockets.
Under our base.
Bracket.
Another one found. Buy time.
I got sniped. I got sniped.
Put their base, one shot.
Yeah, they're gonna be pulling our flag. They're shot.
Under their base.
Top cut.
I got one.
Under the base weak and they're running maze.
Base dead. Nice.
We're gonna have to jump.
And there you have it, Luminosity moving this flag across the map here. You got Royal 2 trying to work on a return, gets it about 3/4 of the way. Want to make sure they get a touch. Snakebite trying to decide, should I go for it? Should I just play defense? Grabs a kill. Flag's been touched. He gets taken out. There's going to be a touch coming in from Frosty and no one else from Luminosity in position. And just like that, a potential tied game, maybe looking at Luminosity being sent down into the lower bracket.
Yeah, amazing work from Optic. It's going to be a counter cap coming through from them. They just patiently waited. They all worked together as a 4, and that's going to be the series over. In the end, it was a very comfortable one for Optic Gaming. They'll move on through to the winners bracket finals.
Yeah, I mean, comfortable as far as like scores and series score goes, but Luminosity showing why they made it this far in the tournament. This is a really good squad that unfortunately was just missing some opportunities, making a couple mistakes. Those counter captures are always a hard one to take. Couple lost 1v1 battles.
Couple of salty handshakes after the loss.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a tough one for Luminosity because I think they were a lot closer to taking that series than I kind of was expecting.
Oh, yeah. It looked like they actually hung with Optic Gaming a little bit, which is, it's wild, right? Normally only some of the top 4 teams
And
really
Supremacy.
get there. And Supremacy, yes.
My
But,
boys!
whoa.
EU proud?
All right, EU proud. Okay, all right. This guy, you know, he might be rooting for Fab all weekend, but now,
I mean,
now he's a Supremacy.
You say
fan.
that they hung with the boys. I think, yeah, game 2, they were really close, but I mean, I think Optic still blew them out of the water. I still think
don't think
there
they
was
blew
a
out at all.
significant
I think they had like
difference.
a couple glimpses of sunlight in a way. You know, it looked like they had found their stride a few times. Now, it didn't always transition into perfect execution. When you're dealing with Optic Gaming, just a missed like thrust or slide is all it takes to not secure a flag cap, and then you switch over to Snakebite's screen at the end, and you watch how he runs the flag, and he just skips and slides and somehow doesn't even need to ground pound onto that last little sliver of flag platform. I mean, the guy is just,
And he went
he
plus
runs perfect.
13. Plus
And, yeah, and he
13.
also had 20 kills.
I mean, insane.
Yeah, I mean, and there was just crazy battles going on, but you know, we'll see what they have left in store for us at the tournament. And of course, if you're at home watching, we want you to join us in the conversation on social media. It's going to be Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. You can join anywhere, really. Instagram and Snapchat. Make sure you head over and follow at ESL Gaming for any kind of news, scores, updates, even things like that. Awesome pictures and stuff from the event here. And we'll get an update here, what's happening on that main stream pretty soon. But we'll see what we have. We have an update coming in from the floor now. 3-0 Team Liquid. So they're about to sweep straight and send them into the lowest bracket unless we see something that was kind of happening last night.
Yeah.
Will they be able to do it?
Again,
that's
I
tough.
think that just says the same. I think the top 3 teams, there is just a clear divide between top 3 and maybe the top 6 as well. If Straight get 4-0, then that is just going to be Liquid and Optic just at the top. I say top 3. I mean, Envy, they've got a very tough bracket in the losers bracket. I would have had them in my top 3 teams, but maybe not. I wonder who's going to take that 3rd place if it's not Envy.
And what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to have an interview with Lethal here from Optic Gaming as they just defeated Luminosity. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Back here at the Xfinity desk, Elamite, Gaskin, and Lethal for the Xfinity post-match interview here. Now, Lethal, you guys just came off a 4-0 victory. Now, of all the teams you've played so far, I felt like those games were fairly close. Who has been your stiffest competition at this point?
Honestly, I think it kind of goes with us also not playing amazing at the time, but that Supremacy team was actually really good. I don't think we were playing our best, but they were playing well together. They were playing more as a team than Crowd Pleasers was yesterday, than Fab was last night. But I don't know. Those games against LG were pretty close, though. I'd say actually LG by a little bit,
Okay.
but Supremacy took a game.
Yeah, because obviously the scores I don't really feel like reflect the fight that Luminosity put up. Like a lot of missed opportunities on flag returns that they really should have had.
Being up by 15,
12, 15 kills.
Is a missed opportunity sometimes.
I'm glad you brought that up too. Now, Optic Gaming, obviously the most calm, cool, collected squad out there, most capable of blowing a team out of the water, and most capable of pulling an insane comeback. What is the communication like when you find yourselves in a position down by 12 kills, 38-26, I want to say it was at one point? How do you even keep mentally prepared in that game?
Honestly, it sounds calm, but if you actually listen to the words being said, it doesn't make sense because you just hear Frosty say off spawn, all right, we actually need to not move. Everybody stop moving. Put your controllers down. So we do that, collect ourselves, and then honestly, you got to just worry about getting a couple kills here and there and then getting the weapons because we were down like 10, 11 still, but we got Rockets and Snipe. And even though you're down 11, that if you play it right, that is actually a good position to be in.
And who would you see as your main competition now? Well, obviously with Envious dropping down to that losers bracket. I mean, actually, what are your thoughts on Envious dropping down to the losers bracket? Surely that's crazy.
I was pretty surprised when Splice beat them yesterday, and then, they kind of got the unlucky draw with how the seeds were picked against Liquid. That definitely wasn't the best pick for them, seeing as how that Liquid team is now 4-0 against that roster on LAN. So, I don't know. We haven't played Envy since St. Louis, so I would still say them and Liquid are our main competition. But, Liquid, it seems like they just keep getting better. So
we have a question as well from one of the viewers, Doc Brown 05. Nice tag. He said, what are your thoughts on the 360-degree spin on Strongholds Empire? I mean, that was crazy. I think we want to know as well. By Victory X, when he just turned around in front of your face.
Cam, Victory, he's an old guy, but let me tell you, he is limber. Those moves he pulled on me, if I did that, I would need a nice, ice-cold, refreshing brisk mate to get me back in the mood after that. He hit me with a 360 right hook. I'm pretty sure that move is in UFC or something. I don't know, but I also had the T-Rex arm, so it wasn't all him. I'm going to take some credit for failing.
All right, let's go and show the replay of that so
Dude,
everyone at home can
there's
see
a replay?
exactly what we're talking about here. Oh.
Dude, yeah, like, if that happens, like, what do
TJ.
you...
we want to know
just
what
smarter than
sense
me.
he's on because
He's just smarter than me.
he span around so quickly. I mean, if I spin around, I'm on like sense 2.
We're gonna have to ask Victory if he meant to do that. Like kind of
course he did.
showboating.
He just wanted to embarrass me. He's like, if I'm losing this series, I'm taking you down with me. So.
Gotcha.
Thanks,
Well, it
Cam.
looks like you guys may be matching up here against Team Liquid very shortly. We'll find out the results of that here in just a few minutes. And yes, I just got an update. Team Liquid did go ahead and sweep Straight Ribbon. So we'll see how you guys match up. Team Liquid obviously looking out for revenge. But Lethal, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll have more Halo action. Splice and Soar Gaming.